It all began in the 15th century. In a land of Renaissance where artistry was the most valuable currency, creativity was in the clouds. Italian noblemen and women required the utmost sophistication and entertainment. This is where ballet came into play. Superiors requested dance at their most prestigious events, so small, delicate angel-like movements were created. This uncommon ballet was popularized a century later by King Louis XIV, the demanding king of France, who expected a way of dancing that celebrated him. His demands created the first known rules of ballet, introducing the dignified standards we know today. Slowly and steadily, a technique was created. Various movements would be established that we still know today, such as releve, saute, or tendu. The entire base of this new art was based on modesty to maintain respect from the king. This meant long skirts or romantic tutus, heavy dresses, thick tights, and small heels for men. Early into the 19th century, ballet quickly progressed. Women were introduced as passive and fragile characters. This brought into play pointe, or the act of dancing directly on the tops of the toes. Back where it all began in Italy, Maria Taglioni introduced this idea. She was known as one of the most graceful dancers of the time. To extend this idea of a light, graceful dancer, she wanted to make it appear as though she was floating. This was where pointe shoes entered the game. The new shoes allowed women to be as high as possible, which extended the exquisite taste of ballet to unknown places. Over the years, ballet became something more than mere respect for your superior. It has changed into an athletic and artistic way for people to express themselves and become a character. The technique we know now has all the essentials from the day ballet was created, but like technology, it has progressed into something greater. The extensions got higher, positions more turned out, and the turns longer. Because the concept became more about self-expression, the costumes have gotten less and less modest. People can go without tights, wear camisole leotards, and the length of tutus was drastically shortened. This modern outlook brought about new styles to be developed. One of the most notable, Balanchine, was created by George Balanchine that started off that fresh, sharp feel from ballet. With the sudden progression of styles and artistry, extreme athleticism had to be developed. Men suddenly needed the ability to hold women above their head within a moment's notice. Women all required the strong legs and feet to maintain the unnatural positions ballet calls for. With all the progressions in ballet, there has to be a downside. This is the stereotyping of ballet dancers everywhere. Because women were originally supposed to be passive, frail dancers, many people don't see how it has changed. This brings into play the image of ballet, a little girl in a pink tutu. As wonderful as ballet can be to grow up with, it's not so simple to put into such a small, unrealistic box. This box limits the thousands of hardworking men and boys who do ballet every day. Not to mention, ballet is more than just a little girl twirling around. It is not for everyone. It is a grueling and continuous activity which in many cases requires work all day, every day, most of your life. Ballet requires a certain amount of maturity which can only be earned. One large controversy in the ballet world is whether ballet is a sport or an art. Most ballet dancers would agree it's both, for it fits more than just one side. It is definitely an art because the dancer has the important job of telling a story with just movements. At the same time, it requires a maximum amount of force and strength. Throughout the world, intense competitions are hosted for dancers in search of jobs to be discovered. Because of the high level of intensity that is necessary at a young age, ballet drastically changes the childhood of a dancer. There is no time for late nights or hanging out after school, because priority is always in ballet. While most people see this as a sad fact that limits young people, a truly dedicated dancer would rather be in class anyway. But overall, ballet has become more than just movements. It has changed for centuries from the invention of pointe to the modern Balanchine style. It has brought people together from continents apart, all with one thing in common, a passion for ballet.